we all know that the international break doesn't hit quite like,
Calm
down.
down.
Why do we have three Manchester United fans on this show?
We didn't say anything now.
At all, 45 minutes, I was talking. You would think that Haaland was my daddy or our cousins or so. And I was saying it, even like 2 years after that, before he moved to the Premier League, people were saying, oh, he's going to come to the Premier League. He's not going to succeed. Flop. The Premier League is more intense than Are you people... Don't you watch football? Nominee list for Ballon d'Or has come out. It's the first time in how many years since the list has not contained either Messi or Ronaldo.
Sorry, please, can we just have a moment of silence?
Yeah, 1 minute. Just...
For Ronaldo. I'm sorry.
You're rude. It's another Saturday morning in Lagos, and just as you expect to see a queue at the filling station, you expect us to give you jaw-dropping analysis about everything going on in the world of sports. My name is Tomiwa. I've been dubbed by the gods of enjoyment as the babiest of boys.
Nobody gave you that.
I the gods of enjoyment.
Let's continue. Nobody gave you that.
Get to your intro. Just chill. Give me my moment.
Nobody gave you that.
Time.
What kind of name is over there?
Who is even babiest of boys? What does that even mean?
You know the honest truth is that every time you
Toma, you'll be 43 on Saturday. You'll be 43 on Saturday.
Hey, my football age is 28. I can still make it. All right, guys. This is the Sports Lounge where we embody the lifestyle, spirit, and banter of sports fans all over. In the studio, I'm joined by some of my closest friends that we've been talking ball for how many years now? We've been talking ball for like 5 years. You don't think?
Decades, bro.
Bro, I think you're the one that's actually. All right, let's get right into it. Over to my left, I have my man Timile Inzaghi. The streets will never forget.
100%. I still scored 3 goals yesterday in Agidingbi. 3 goals in Agidingbi yesterday. I have the video.
Don't send it to me after this.
I'll send it to you after this. I scored 3 goals yesterday in Agidingbi, 8-10. That's our slot.
I
you can come through. You can come through. And let us
Right
win.
now, we have Abule Ekba Haaland.
Do you know what this guy does?
What?
He has a group of friends in his area, and they play against the.
Toma, continue.
Which street?
Which
bro?
street? No, actually, I've witnessed.
Thank you. Finally.
Yeah, I will vindicate you.
Was available. I popped a hat trick. It's not
No,
a
it
laughing
wasn't a
joke.
hat-trick. Let's
okay,
not get
brace.
carried
I'm sorry.
I don't say I agree, let's not get carried away. All right, so I have my man Inzaghi to the left of me. He's one of the best sports writers you'll ever see, and he'll be giving you jaw-dropping analysis today. I also have my man Tubams. Unfortunately, he's been hanging out with Cole Palmer too much, so he has a cold.
Ooh, that's Tom's. I love it.
Nice.
So you know that if you can't hear him properly or anything, so just please bear with him. Now we have... It's not really a newcomer, though. I mean, but on set, this is his first appearance on the TV show itself. I have my big man, Tayo Ashogbon. The sniper, the architect.
Let's not allow
Please. He's retired.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He's retired architect. Apologies
for what? All right, fast man. So I have Tayo Ashogbon in the building. He's one of the most brilliant sports minds that I know. He's a very unbiased Manchester United fan, and he claims he can play ball, but every time he tries, I see him. He always
you were at
scores.
Onikon Stadium this morning,
okay,
you would have seen a masterful performance. James would be proud.
Tayo is not playing left back. Did you hear? He's not playing left back.
Right back.
Right, okay.
I said with James.
You started playing right back now. What happened? No, see, I'm. You know what? Let's pause.
You're a keeper now.
I'm actually curious. I was
deputizing for a missing goalkeeper. I'm actually
for 3 years. You're deputizing for 3 years.
We got to call FBI. It only takes 2 seconds to retweet. We have to find that keeper. All right, yes, I'm joining the studio. Glad I've gotten introductions out of the way. Now I'm about to get right into it. This is the Sports Lounge. We give you jaw-dropping analysis. We give you angles that you've never really thought of. You get. And now on the international break, and we all know that the international break doesn't hit quite like, you know, if you know, you know. So yeah, before we get into it, I would like each person to pick one person that they believe impressed them during the course of the club season so far, and tell us why. Let's just to get the blood pumping. Team start.
I mean, for me, Bamiji even just mentioned it. For me, it's Bradley Barcola. He's been immense. Proper baller. I mean, since Mbappe has left PSG and they signed him, he's been 100%. 4 goals in 3 games for club side.
I think Mbappe left his ability back in front.
And the crazy thing is, he even scored yesterday. So he's been 100% for me. He's the guy, because I have a tweet literally that says Nigerian police should arrest him. That was in April when he was playing rubbish. But like that's to show you how far he has. I mean, he has bust my head. I promise you, because I wasn't believing in his government, but now it's been 100%.
Well, let me ask you here. Looking at that PSG team,
Yeah.
Mbappe is a terrific player.
Yeah.
But do you think the fact that he's left now, power is decentralized to the likes of Barcola and others? PSG has started brilliantly this season.
So you see,
Everybody's
for me, right? You see, my parents used to say something when we were growing up, right? If you want to go fast, you go alone. If you want to go far, you go together, right? It was a thing of when Mbappe stop it. When Mbappe was there, it was a thing of he literally had the responsibility of the goals, to be honest, 100%. But now I think, like you said, it's more decentralized. It's more, everything is shared. The responsibilities are shared. So like that, I think they can go further. Bamiji mentioned something about Haaland with Arsenal chasing them and stuff, saying Haaland is the only one scoring for City. But if Arsenal can like share the goals among each other, averagely it can be proper. So that's just it. Now with PSG, if they share the goals accordingly with Barcola, etc., like those guys, I think they will actually go further than actually putting the responsibility on just one guy. So that's why I'm happy for him.
Can you
he's
just
getting his own
also
goals.
acknowledge the presence of a new midfield maestro at PSG, Leon Neves?
I mean, still young, I'm still observing. I always have a lot of agenda, so time will tell. Time will tell, yeah.
The agenda must agenda. All right, Bam Bam, you hit me. Who's your most impressive player?
I mean, if you saw my video on IG.
We all saw your video. I mean, you sponsored the post. Everybody saw your video.
Speaking of which, go follow us at Home of the Sports Lounge on Instagram.
I mean, it has to be Erling Haaland. I don't think we should get tired of praising people that continue to do well.
See, my problem with Haaland is that he will soon put us out of business because every week now the same
Is
thing.
Haaland?
Like, it's supernatural. And I just want to use this opportunity to give a side eye to those people that didn't like him or say a couple of things because he doesn't know how to do flicks and tricks.
I remember.
This guy is a supreme goal scorer.
I don't understand flicks and tricks.
Yeah,
Would you take Anthony over?
Oh no!
Haaland?
Some people bring the gimmick of complete player.
Some
It's
new
not the
woke
complete-
nonsense,
it's
man.
not all those things.
It doesn't work for strikers.
Yeah.
Your
Finish.
duty is to score goals,
Honestly,
and once you score goals,
I
you are
am
good enough,
glad
and you continue to be attractive.
I've
It works.
never
It
been
works
in
for
the
some
room.
strikers.
That's fine for them.
Like that's fine for them.
It's good for you.
I mean,
If everyone
was
was
always
for you,
strike.
that's good for you.
That was a false
While
nine.
you're a striker, your first duty is to score goals, and that's what you be judged by.
Gaskia.
So Erling Haaland, man, 7 goals, 3 games, 70 goals, 69 games. It's crazy.
Came with stats.
Bro, I said, see, I remember when we used to have a radio show. Some of you newcomers to TSL, we used to have a radio show. It was an online radio, right? Where we used to talk for 3 hours non-stop about ball. And I remember one particular segment. This was about 3-4 years ago when Haaland was still at Borussia Dortmund.
Yeah, you were talking about him for like 1 hour non-stop. For 1 hour non-stop.
I thought 45 minutes I was talking. You would think that Haaland was my daddy or our cousins or so. And I was saying it. And people, I remember even like 2 years after that, before he moved to the Premier League, people were saying, oh, he's going to come to the Premier League. He's not going to succeed. Flop. The Premier League is more intense than they. Are you people, don't you watch football?
God now blessed him with a bastard prime creator.
Oh, God. God now blessed him with one of the best managers of our era. He is going to score.
The greatest manager of all time.
It's a certain thing.
Let's
Calm down.
calm down.
Calm down.
Yeah,
Why do we have
Calm
three
down.
Manchester United fans on this show?
We didn't say anything now.
Bro, wrong.
We haven't said anything.
Stop.
We haven't said anything.
Why don't you mention a Chelsea manager as the greatest manager?
We
of all
hire
time?
and fire. The culture here is not healthy.
All right, Ty, what about you? Which player has impressed you so far?
continuing with Bamji's line, I want to put the spotlight on someone who has maintained the same level of efficiency. It's just because probably he's not in one of the big 5 leagues. But if you're looking at over the past season and even now, if there's anybody that's keeping up with Erling Haaland in terms of goals, it's Victor Gyökeres.
My baller.
And
My God.
he was being too efficient last season. And okay, everyone's expecting the law of averages to resume. When is this bubble going to burst? Euros happened.
Bubble never burst though.
The season has started again. Still never burst.
Still never burst.
Still never burst.
International break.
International
Still
break.
never burst.
I love his celebration. It's a very serious celebration. Like it's scary, like pain or anything. So it looks like someone is ready to actually go to the next level.
These ones, they don't care. They don't have social media.
Straight up balling.
No
It's
letters, no talking to the
business,
fans.
so-
He's a gunman. He knows what he's here for, and he's been delivering superbly.
Brilliant.
All right. Talking about players that have been delivering superbly, the nominee list for Ballon d'Or has come out. And I'm not going to tell you all 30 players. Use your Google or internet. Don't stress. We don't do that yet. But when you go on, so what I'm going to do now is that we are going to play the devil's advocate, right? We're going to pick some of the players on this list. I mean, it's the first time in how many years since the list has not contained either Messi or Ronaldo.
That was 2003 or something.
Yeah,
Sorry, please, can we just have a moment of silence?
Yeah, 1 minute. Just.
For Ronaldo. I'm sorry.
You're rude.
I'm sorry.
You're rude.
Now there it goes. Come on.
No,
sorry,
yeah,
I'm
you
sorry.
can't hate on that.
Respect.
Winning the best in the Middle East is the same as winning Ballon d'Or.
I
know,
I'm sorry.
right?
Yes, right? This is equaling
It's on par.
everything.
But no, we need to give kudos to those two, man.
Nah, they mad.
They changed the game. That's the
100%.
truth. And we're going to talk more about that, I'm sure, as regards the Ballon d'Or nominations. But they changed the game, Messi, Ronaldo. Once they go into the scene, I think Kaká, a couple of guys, Modric, another guy.
Benz,
Benz.
but
But
they
Vini,
were
Vini,
still.
Lewy.
It was Messi, Ronaldo.
No, see, Lewy's own. I'm a big Lewy. I used to be a big Lewy fan before he went to Barcelona. Lewy's own, the year he was supposed to win was
COVID, yes, so they
And
cancelled.
that's one of the saddest things that can
It's
happen.
life. I mean, you sometimes.
And to be honest, he actually did have a good shout for the year after that, but
Yeah, so the year Messi
Messi
won, people were
again.
like, he should have won. No.
No.
year was
No. They gave,
no. I didn't say Messi shouldn't have. I said Lewy had a shout.
He had a shout, but yeah,
It wasn't loud enough.
It wasn't. It was whispering.
how do you say that thing again? Raise your voice. Or,
Razor.
Anyway, Sha, so let's all be bad belly and haters. There's a lot of people on this list. A lot of them will
Daniel will come outside.
ASAP.
I'm sorry. I couldn't wait.
Fall out.
Like,
Remove your shirt.
Come here. Remove your shirt. First of all, the inconsistency as regards the nominations for Ballon d'Or, it annoys me.
What's the criteria?
Like I need
be
to,
fair,
they
I
say a group of 30 people come together to. I need to see those 30 people.
Who
and
are
ask
they?
each of them.
I think
one by
Fabrizio
one,
will be one of them.
what is your criteria?
Well, let's give them some benefit of the doubt. I mean, they've been too used to Messi and Ronaldo. So
now
leaving them
everything
out,
is
maybe
shaking.
some brain
It's
switches
shaking.
happened or
It's
something.
possible.
I think I know what happens.
I
Out,
understand.
out of the list of people, if you just watch one match, this one more guy ball. I'm Adam.
And so that means that if you're doing that, if you're picking Omo because he did well in the Euros, someone who wasn't even
Are you
starting.
going straight in already?
Straight in. He's outside. He's standing here with us. So, like, if he's being picked,
McTominay has a shout.
if he's being picked
I can give you that one match.
because of a couple of games in the Euros.
I cannot continue.
No, to be honest, because Omo did not perform in up to 5 matches at the Ballon d'Or level.
Okay, if we're doing that,
In all competitions.
Fred scored the hat trick.
Exactly. So why is he not on the list?
My point is, this is why we need to know what the criteria is. Because if you're putting Omo because he did well in the Euros, which he did absolutely well when he came on. In fact, he raised the level of that Spanish team in terms of how efficient they were in front of goals. But that's not enough. I don't think it should be enough. And if it is, why is Fabian Ruiz not there? Who was probably the best midfielder
In Euros.
for Spain?
Thank you.
No, but that's actually a valid. That's actually a very valid question because what's the criteria?
Exactly. So those are the
Talking
questions you have
about-
to ask.
talking
See,
about
my own
midfielders also
is Vitinha. What did I not watch?
Vitinha,
Yeah, shift. Just
Oh, you can shift. You can shift.
What did I not watch last season? You know the craziest thing is, Bamji, I remember telling you like earlier this year, I watched Vitinha from Wolves. He came on loan for like a year or something like that. He was the worst player in the league. I mean, he went to PSG, blah blah blah. Maybe he's balling. He did nothing last season to be on the Ballon d'Or shot.
No, he hit the bat 3 times.
Especially
Against-
considering Portugal's disappointing
Campaign.
at the Euros.
Yeah.
He had nothing to show for it. I don't know why Vitinha is there. They just felt like, that's going back to what I'm just saying. Sometimes now they just feel like, okay, which teams
never
are
pick
performing,
enough.
which clubs have won leagues. Let's just pick one player from those. Doesn't make any sense. You
it's
can't
not good
continue
enough.
like that.
It's
It's
not good enough.
inconsistent. It's rubbish.
Tayo, any?
Now this is. No, in fact, before I go to that controversial pick, whom else come outside?
OG tax.
I swear.
Like,
It's so bad that how do they want to explain that someone they nominated for a Ballon d'Or list was just let go at club level? They didn't renew his contract. It took him up until the final days of the transfer window for him to get signed to another club.
did he start for Germany in the Euros?
He wasn't even the first sub to enter. when I'm not even saying overall. When
Yeah.
he came to RODRI is tired.
So
It wasn't even Hummels, it was Tar.
Bro, come on.
So I'm like, and Tar had a very wonderful season with Leverkusen. Why is Hummels there? Like it's baffling. It's baffling. And then you have people like Musiala missing out. You have someone like Gyökeres
that
missing
your one
out.
person that you think should have made it? Musiala. Is that the one person on your
Musiala.
list? How about you? What's the one person on your list that should have made it? Instead of...
I think I'll go for Sergio Guirassy, right? Scored about 28 goals in the league last season, with like 3 assists. I think, let me even bust your head. Only 6 players had more goal contributions than him in Europe's top 5 leagues last season, and 5 of those 6 actually made it to the Ballon d'Or list. The only one, obviously,
why is
is
6th
Watkins.
person not
No, that's Watkins. I mean, that's so sad. I'm so sorry, Watkins.
You don't sound sorry.
But I think Guirassy should have been there. He had like the ratio of him scoring per 90 was like 1.1. Do you understand? So, you know why I'm even still keen on Guirassy's, African, obviously, because in the list, I could only see one African player. That was Lookman. Especially in an AFCON year, that's so pathetic. Because if... Sorry, I'm it's a slippery
that's
slope.
good.
But, if I just feel like if Troost Ekong had won the Euros Player of the Tournament, it would have been a different case.
African
Right?
player.
If he had won the Euros,
okay.
if he had actually won the Euros Player of the Tournament, it would have been on the list. But because he won the African Player of the Tournament, he was actually not on the list. It still goes back to the point that the Ballon d'Or list is a bit Eurocentric. I'm not joking. It's very Eurocentric. Ademola Lookman that entered, I promise you, it wasn't because of Nigeria, it was because of Atalanta.
Yes, true.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
he performed very
exactly.
well.
So that's why I'm just thinking. Like, I think Guirassy could have been another African that could have actually made it to the list.
I have one final question on that though. Do you think this solidifies Lookman's claim for African Player of the Year? As the only African.
As the only African on
100%. Yeah, 100%. So and to be fair, he balled in the AFCON. Tayo would agree.
Yeah, he balled.
He played in the AFCON. I remember a game where he was one that scored 2 for us to win and things like that. So yeah, 100%. 100% is African Player of the Year for me.
All right, let's make sure not to change the channel because when we come back from this quick break, we're going to be discussing Fantasy Premier League. We're also going to be discussing tennis. And then we're going to talk about Nigerian and Nigeria.
Nigeria Benin.
Nigeria,
The
Benin,
dicey AFCON
Nigeria
qualifiers.
without a coach, Nigerian.
No, we have makeshifts now.
Eguavon.
And the big two.
Do you know Guardiola?
And then 2 of the top coaches in the NPFL.
All right.
Fair enough. That should be able to do the trick. Fingers crossed. Let's see how it goes. Nigeria is playing later on today, so be sure to tune into that game. And remember, do not change the channel. This is the Sports Lounge, where we embody the lifestyle, spirit, and banter of sports fans all over. Thank you. Welcome back to the Sports Lounge, where we embody the lifestyle, banter, and spirit of sports fans all over. My name is Tomiwa. I'm joined in the studio with Timile, Bam Bam, and we've done a quick substitution. Quick sub, just
Kovacic for Loftus-Cheek.
All right, if you watched last week's episode, you should know who I'm talking about. This is one of the greatest sports minds we have in Africa.
Ever.
Ever. Bro, if I don't, they always bust my head. I learn things on this couch every time. That's my favorite thing about this show.
What do you do on this couch?
Yeah, that's on this particular couch. That's the only thing I do. All right, so we've done a quick substitution and brought in my man Ife Dotun to give us small insights and one or two angles that we've not really thought about. Apparently, TGIF did a show for everybody. So just be.
I prefer not to speak.
If I speak, I'm in big trouble. All right, Ife Dotun, we ended the conversation with Ballon d'Or nominees, and have you seen the Ballon d'Or list?
Yeah.
So now we're coming from a bad belay angle. So who on that list do you feel should not have been given that shout? Timmy has mentioned Vitinha. Tayo mentioned Matt Hummels. What did you mention again? Omo Fallout. Mentioned Omo. So who do you think should not have made that list?
From a very, very, very interesting angle, I think that list should be maybe 10, 15 players. There are a lot of players that should not be on that list. But the consolation is mostly the fact that you know that these guys are not going to win it. There are probably 5 serious contenders. They're Vinicius, RODRI, Bellingham, Mbappe.
Palmer.
I think that's all.
Bro, you just mentioned.
Is it for beans?
Is it for
So those are probably okay. So there's a very big chance that someone like Cavalla ends up in top 5 or top 10 at worst. So apart from those guys, every other person there is just come follow us. Let's go and see how their whole night looks like.
Even Palmer?
Every other person on that list.
Every like you want to
person.
chop slap on something.
And I promise you, every single person on that list.
My question to
those
you
are the
is,
guys.
the list obviously makes people feel some type of way.
Yeah,
so you need to take care with it.
Okay, so
Look at the likes of Rodrigo, Girassi feeling bad about it.
they're not going to make it anyway. So
Fine, but
that's
they
just my own.
They would love
No,
to
but
have
they
been there.
among
it's
the
a shout.
30.
I
love to be
100% understand the angle that you're coming from, right? Because it's some form of we see what you're doing and we appreciate what you're doing.
Yeah.
I understand that perfectly. I'm just saying that if I was the one, I won't be bothered so much because if we extend, if 4 of us here do a list of 30, we will never be able to agree on 30. So there will always be ins and outs. So far, the main contenders are the main contenders. Personally, I'm fine with that.
See, my own question now is how do we get to do that list? Like, what's the criteria?
It's people
for
that
us?
choose the list.
Yeah, what's the,
so,
I want to be one of those people. I want to pick my guy, Victor, that used to play.
What happened to me?
Who are you?
You see that the streets have forgotten you already.
right here, right now.
Okay. All right, so wrapping up the male Ballon d'Or conversation, I want to quickly talk about the female Ballon d'Or. And it's just as opposed to the bad belly that we did for the male.
Before that, I'm sorry, we need to know who these guys think should win the Ballon d'Or.
Who, him?
The male Ballon d'Or.
Me?
What do you think? Yeah.
Any of you?
I mean, I know VINI might win it, but I want RODRI to win it because, like, obviously, I think he's like the most dominant, influential, really the most consistent player across club and country for me. He has his fingerprints on anything good that his team does, in and out of possession, really. So I think, and his position really is usually undervalued. Do you understand?
Has the DM ever won Ballon d'Or before?
I would doubt that, really.
I don't
If
doubt
you
that.
go back
to be
to
honest.
a long time
That,
ago.
that,
probably
that point
for a
is,
long-
I'll just echo your thoughts because that point is exactly why I think RODRI should win it because we're going into before we were saying DMs are underrated.
Yeah.
We kept saying it, but now they're not.
We are seeing
DMs
it.
are 100 million now. There are at least 3 DMs that have gone for 100 million.
Yeah.
So why is it not that time? So for me, if like I said, if the criteria for the Ballon d'Or, especially when there are international tournaments, you need to look at the player who has done best for his club and also the best for his country. RODRI was not the best Spanish player in the Euros. I'm not
But he
going
did
to say
his
it.
best for that. For
But he
his-
played his part.
But
Yeah.
out of the best players for Spain, I'm looking at what they did for that club. The amount, his breakout season,
Yeah.
brilliant boy. Nico Williams didn't really do much. He did okay for Athletic in La Liga.
Yeah, but for
Olmo
Spain,
still one place first. So
Olmo, go back.
Fabian Ruiz needed the Euros for a redemption for people to say, I say, okay, this guy is still good.
Fair.
But the one man, Carvajal. I'll put Carvajal too because he was amazing for Madrid and now Spain. But RODRI he's been the best DM in the world for like the past 2 years.
Yeah.
So at what point is the DM position going to take preeminence and actually win the best player? Or are they just there for being there six?
That's food for thought.
Bamiji spoke.
As in
Bamiji
went inside.
Bamiji spoke.
He went inside.
No,
But
this personal to me. You guys, everyone on the TSL group know like this personal to me. You know.
Let me know, like when Bamji said ask that question, I already knew where it was going to. And you, Timmy,
I laid it for him.
I have a feeling this guy has a different.
No, I don't have anything different. I feel everybody has a good claim. I just know that Vinicius is going to win.
Honestly.
That's
I know
just it.
Man. It's
he
really
will
sad.
win it, but RODRI should win it.
Sad, but it's fine.
It's not by that one, no. It's not. I've not seen a scoreline that says 2-0, but the other team should have won. It doesn't work.
This is
like
1-0. This is 1-0.
This is 1-0. Okay, we'll manage them. All right, let's quickly move on to the female Ballon d'Or nominees, right? Also, we're not going to tell you. Go and check. As in Google is your friend. But so the female nominees now, I want to give a special shout out to Ada Egerberg, right? She was out for an ACL injury for about 2 years, and the season she comes back, bam,
She's in again.
Again. I think about 20 goals in 25 games. That's impressive. I think
James,
2
please,
assists.
James, please.
I know you're not serious about it.
I'm not a serious person. But yeah, so who do you guys think should have a shout for the female Ballon d'Or? I'm not saying that Hegerberg should win, but I'm just saying that that's something impressive and notable.
For me, I think she's the best. She's been the best for a while now. She won the last one. It's Alexia Putellas. For women's football, which is still developing and going brilliantly, by the way, once you learn composure in your game, you'll be level ahead of your peers. And I think Putellas is levels ahead because she's the most composed. I think so. I watched her in the World Cup with Spain, and God knows, bro, she was so good. But I think she's still the best player in the world over there.
All right, if I don't say any shouts.
Yeah, it'll probably end up with one of the Spanish ladies. In as much as everybody does their voting for Ballon d'Ors with the year in view, sometimes the entirety of a player's career also kind of gets emotions to sway that position. So it's the front runners are probably Putellas, Bomati, and basically the Spanish ladies. So I won't be surprised if someone from that country wins it.
Okay, that's fair enough. That's good. So we'll be looking forward to it. When are they announcing Ballon d'Or winner?
It will still be in December.
Yeah.
This will be in December, though. Oh, okay, that's fine. We'll be looking forward and we'll see what was going to happen then. All right, let's move on to international break. There are a lot of things have been happening once. I mean, for people like me that bet, we've lost a lot of money recently. If you shout out to my people on TSL investors group chats.
Something like that.
There is boys, they bet. But yeah, anyway, speaking of which, shout out to my friend Lam. His wife just put to bed, and as soon as she gave birth, my guy dropped code for us. Like ASAP. So big shout out to you, man. So yeah, let's talk about the international break, and let's talk about the games to watch. For example, Nigeria is playing Benin today. So what do you guys think is going to be the outcome?
I think that Benin is tricky, because I think they beat us.
They beat us out
That was like in June. I think it was it was in June.
2-1.
2-1, right? And that's a team that we're like, I'm saying FIFA rankings, we're like more than 50 places above them. How crazy that is. But the good thing is, the game we played, like I'm saying, the other fixture, Ekong wasn't there. So I want to hold on to that and believe that when we do this time, we'll actually, with him, I think we'll do better. I think it should be a walk in the park this time, 100%.
It should be a walk in the park. All right. When is anything ever a walk in the park?
With a Guavon. Guardiola.
All right. What do you think about Nigeria's chances of beating Benin today?
I think it'll be a good one for Super Eagles. If you've lost 2-1 to that side already, you already know that they're a very dangerous side. And you know the manager is the former Super Eagles manager as well. Yeah, again, so it's more of they've gotten better of you once. You have to go back to the drawing board. And I mean, we can give excuses for whatever excuses you want to give. But the main aim of this match is to make sure that what happened last time does not happen again. I have full complement of players. I don't think anybody is. Is there any major player that's missing from squad?
Zero.
I've been watching videos from training camp and they give me joy.
Yeah, I saw Eguavo's interview yesterday and they asked him about does he have goalkeeping headache? Because Maduka had been doing well for you. And he's like, I have a headache in every position. Everybody's good, everybody's fit, and everybody's available. So if you have that type of complement of players, it's left for you to bring out the best of them and get the desired results.
All right, fair enough. That makes sense. Bamji, any input?
The only thing I would say is I think we need to find a way to get Boniface involved.
I think he's going to start.
I want him to start. I feel, no shade to Victor Osimhen.
No, it's even been up and down.
I like the fact that because we're moving to our next talking point.
He's still going to score a lot of goals, definitely. But I just want to see Boniface as a new look attack for Nigeria.
If I was Victor Boniface and I didn't start this game, because the fact that Osimhen has been up and down, traveling from Italy to Turkey to that, then I'll start to sulk a bit. Do you understand? Because this is the best chance for him to start. If you want to see what he's about, it's right now. Yeah.
No, but then to be fair, I salute the camaraderie in the Eagles team because even I remember watching this interview of Victor Boniface and he outrightly admitted
that is the second best.
That is second best.
Oh, it's not the second best Victor.
Oh,
the second best Victor.
Osimhen got to the camp with Galatasaray jerseys for Boniface and Awoni. The video is so those guys are guys and there's very very good squad and all of
that's
that.
Another thing. So me right now, I'm backing Nigeria to win for two reasons. One, the camaraderie in the camp. You can tell that these guys actually like themselves. Like from the way they banter, even down to our rivals. I think there was a video of Chukwueze talking to Lukman about the Ballon d'Or, just him in the hallway. Even when Victor Osimhen came into training late, everybody was just whining him that, you say if you come, that kind of thing. So that's good. And the second thing is Genotro. I never criticized him when he was Nigeria's manager for obvious patriotic reasons, but I don't see Benin scoring today.
Scoring.
Interesting.
It was their coach when they scored too.
From a betting perspective.
Have you staked already?
I'm about to. So if you're looking at it, I don't see Benin scoring, or I see that game going to like an under 3.5 mark. I know that the odds do not even be high.
Someone will always find way.
Drop the code.
So if you would like to be part of our betting platform, you can kindly message us on social media. Don't worry, it's completely free. But if you lose money, don't come back. Well, let's move on to another big game that we're looking at from the international break. It's going from Euros, actually. France, Belgium. What are your takes on that?
You know what? I watched Italy, France.
That was
just yesterday. Bro.
Marco.
Italy took France out of the park.
Bruh, France scored first in the first minute. That's probably...
Be mentioning who scored.
Barcola, we've heard.
Just be
We've
mentioning.
heard. Calm down. Relax.
The technique on the Italian players, bro. All the goals were well taken. You know that these guys were well drilled. Spalletti was playing spaghetti football and he was so to consume.
Bravo.
Do you get like
He had that one. In his notes.
He practices in the mirror this morning.
But yeah, man, I think France will be looking to get back. And Belgium, another team that's on the decline in terms of quality of players. Both of them actually they are on the decline. He needs to stop playing Mbappe as a centre forward. It's not working. I understand it in Real Madrid because Vinicius is better.
To the left.
But stop it, please. There's Thuram there. Play Mbappe off him. Play Mbappe off anybody. That's where he's good at. He's good at running in. He's not the first person to receive the ball. I saw him trying to hold up play and I was like, oh no,
Yeah,
this is not your game.
Okay, so but what happens when the person you're playing in that position you're saying Mbappe should go to is scoring, is performing? Where does Mbappe play?
Oh, Barcola.
Yeah.
Come on, please stop it now. He's not ready yet. He's not ready. Just allow him cook. Let him keep cooking in PSG. It's not ready yet.
No problem.
It's not. Mbappe is still. How old is Mbappe now, bro?
Yeah, but they'll feel like he's playing 9 here in the club side. If you can do it there, you can replicate that.
Is he doing it well there? Let's not lie. Mbappe he scored goals, but he's still struggling.
But just before the international break, he popped 2.
That's what I'm
From
trying
that
to tell you.
position. That's what I'm saying. Like,
that's what I'm trying to tell you.
It's understandable that they're
but
doing it. It's not right.
Let's be very honest.
It's not right.
In
It's not
Madrid,
fluid.
there's Vinicius.
Let's be very honest.
Somebody that we're touting to that will surely win the
Vinicius
Ballon
or
d'Or.
Barcola?
Let's.
And there's Barcola in front. Come on now, are you kidding me?
Vinicius or Barcola?
Are you kidding me? With Barcola?
You know what? Since we're talking about individual players, I think we should use this as an opportunity to discuss our fantasy Premier League. Timmy, sit this one out. Completely sit this one out. Them not let you.
But yeah, I mean, like, I have some people here that have not even passed the 200.
Where? In TSL?
Yes, not 200.
No,
points.
no.
You've passed.
Okay, 200 points.
Have you gotten 200 points?
position? Eh?
Have you gotten
Have
200
you?
points?
Have you
So I mistakenly use my free. I'm serious. No, this is actually a serious conversation. How would I do? No, for real.
How now you do?
Wait, I mistakenly use my free hit. But now, this week, I've used my wild card. Is that too much? I think I'm the first person ever that will use free hit and wild card in the first 3 game weeks.
All right, to be very honest with you, even me, I had to use my wild card last game because game week 1 I did very well. I even got ahead of Bamji.
You mentioned it.
That's the only time.
Now,
you ever-
hey,
Do you know somebody on our group that is being quiet now because he's actually doing terribly?
Fair enough.
The video will be out in a bit, but I mean, let's talk on
I said I want Nepa to take clients because I don't want to, I don't talk about Nepa. But I think last week was not bad. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't bad week.
I don't think you have Haaland now.
I had Captain Haaland, I had Salah as well last week, so last week was not so bad.
Is there anybody here that does not have Haaland and Salah yet?
Like right now, as we speak.
No, I've had both of them from first week.
We have
It's
both
the
of
other
them.
players.
He doesn't have Salah. You do have Salah.
I have Salah. Me wild card is Sab.
I have Salah. I have Salah. I have Haaland. I have Son. I have Palma. Abba, I'm Kolelu from I Kolelu.
No, but I mean, before we even go into our videos, one thing I want to okay, let's go first to, instead of the manager of the week, since that video is not ready, we'll go to the manager of the month. And ladies and gentlemen, the person that won
Nepa,
this
please,
is
offline.
Can this,
an amazing
can the show
person,
end?
a terrific player, one of the best FPL has ever seen.
Good.
Let's hear from him.
Let the light off.
All right. Thank you very much, Bamiji. It's a privilege to be the first manager of the month for the TSL FPL. First of all, we must give all glory to God. As usual, He's the author and finisher of our fate. Then I must thank my parents as well for giving birth to this FPL genius. I mean, it's not easy carrying the burden of being good at FPL. But yeah, we thank God. And I'm sure we'll try our best to keep it humble, so my strategy basically has really just been sticking to the normal FPL guns, Haaland and Salah. I didn't try to be sneaky or anything. I said, these are 2 guys I'm going to build my team on, and they've not disappointed me one bit. So big shout out to them as well. So no major strategy, just sticking to those guns, and I hope to finish in the top 10 this season. Thank you. Over to you, Bamji.
I mean, perfect. Amazing performance from you there in the month of August. Well done. Keep it up.
You know that Obama
Keep it up.
putting the medal on himself.
No, but yeah, it was. I mean, you didn't ask, but it was really an amazing month.
We will never ask.
And the thing for me, like I said, just sticking with those 2, I didn't care. People were forming, I'm going to get in this one, I'm getting that one. But nah, man, those 2 guys, these are the gods of it here. Man.
You know what's interesting that when we're speaking about captaincy last week, everybody said Haaland, and we also mentioned Salah's record at Old Trafford, and both of them got
They
the
actually
exact
did the same
points.
thing.
Yeah.
Bro,
I think
they've gone
points.
aura for aura.
Yes.
They have the same point at
Aura for aura.
Yeah, 41 points.
So I mean, thank you so much, Alan.
It's Madrid too.
We'll go against September. Big up.
No try me.
But I mean, what do you guys intend to do to catch up to number one?
Who?
See,
I'm saying number one now.
You know what?
Give me my dues.
Apart from Haaland and Salah, who is the main guy you said?
I think Chris Wood has been important for me.
Exactly. You've had him since game week 1.
Game week 1.
And
And
he's
he
got
scored.
him for Isaac. Can you imagine?
are you serious? Why would you do
What
something?
did I tell you about Timmy picking people that look like him?
I think for me, someone that has consistently, 2 people that have consistently racked up points for me, aside from Salah, Haaland, and co, have actually been Trent Alexander-Arnold and Diego Jota.
That's good. Those are good.
Those two are
No,
very
if
two very
Liverpool players are
Like all
really,
Liverpool defenders.
they're
and
really a good
goalkeepers,
way.
All clean sheets.
Yeah, exactly.
Not
Yeah.
considered good yet, so yeah.
They're really a good angle to pick.
But if you want to get someone, please get Joao Pedro. I promise you. If it doesn't work out, look for me.
His handle
I'm
is
Bamji's
at
My handle is at Bamiji Ojo. At Ola Bamiji Ojo.
No, yeah, but I think I like the Joao Pedro angle because
Yeah.
I mean, one thing I didn't like about him was the fact that he played well, but he didn't finish his chances. But he scored against Arsenal, scored against United.
100%.
another guy that can get a shout, but
Welbeck
it's when I bought him.
was
that I
nominated
decided-
for Player of the Month.
It's when I bought him that I decided not to score. He's mad. Anyway, the guy I was going to talk about was Havertz. Kai Havertz, Bukayo Saka. Those are also two honorable mentions. But the problem now is that by the time you buy Salah and Haaland, now change remain.
And I think their fixtures coming up are very
Yeah, so
difficult.
about fixtures, I was going to add that Chelsea have a lot of favourable fixtures.
Yes.
If you are, yeah, so if you are for Cole Palmer, if you're for Nico Jackson, if you're for Madueke, you can pick one attacking asset for
My
Chelsea.
issue there is what Chelsea are we going to see? Are we going to see the one against Wolves or the one against Palace?
So the attackers against Palace, I think it was Jackson's goal and what had assist?
Palmer.
No, was it
Was it
Palmer?
Palmer?
Yeah,
Yes, Palmer.
Yeah, good. So they'll
Palmer
still
had-
drop
he had
even in
12
bad
assists
bad
Wolves,
performances.
yeah.
They'll still get points as the attacking assets. I would not say defense because Gusto, Badashile, Disasi, Kobe. You don't know what you get from those guys. And Chelsea, have they kept the clean sheet this season yet? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, so
That's not priority.
yeah, so just go for the attacking assets. That's just about it.
Well, you've heard it from that guy is
Our-
paying me to say this thing.
Our
FPL,
you have the number one person here. so-
FPL specialist, Bamji. You have to give flowers to
Number one is
whoever
Zapa.
is.
Number
So we're going to play catch up. Timmy, let's challenge ourselves.
I use my one card.
Let's catch this guy.
That's my one card this morning.
This must not happen
You
again.
people are saying that he's a wild card this morning. Me and Bamji have a bet. Thank you. That whoever finishes above, we've already paid the ombudsman. So like, I be like I could call them and ask them for my money back. But don't worry, I'll catch you.
You know, I paid 3. I checked that.
Don't worry, it's not too late.
It was just one bad game week that I had.
All right, that's
just
all you need.
one bad game.
That's all
week.
you need.
Don't worry, see, when I use my triple
Captain. Okay.
Hamstring.
All right, so we're moving to move over
Oh,
to...
okay. I think we actually have our manager of the week.
This FPL, you don't go green. You don't go green.
We have our manager of the week video and Maiwa, who won the game week 3. Let's go over to him.
Hi, my name is Maiwa, and I want to say a very big thank you to you guys, and I'm glad to be part of the TSN community. My strategy for the last game week was to bring in Palmer basically, but I couldn't do that without taking a -4 hit or using my wild card, which I'll never do at the beginning of the season. So I got in Semenyo differential for cheap, and I used one of my 2 free transfers for that and postponed the Palmer transfer, and I think that worked quite well, and I think that won me manager of the week. And going forward, I think I will finish in the top 10. I think I'll finish in the top 10. And once again, thank you, TSA community. I'm glad to be part of this wonderful community.
It's an incredible feat to beat the manager of the month in the manager of the week segment. So well done to you. It's over to you.
I'm sorry.
It had been over to him since.
See, I think we made a mistake. When we wanted to talk FPL, we should have let Bamji go off the set.
if I win manager of the month, manager of the week, I'll sit down on that chair. I'll present myself.
My babe will come on this show.
Mommy, please watch this show.
Don't kill me. Already. All right, I think that's enough about football. Now we're going to move over to the world of tennis. There's been a lot going on, to be honest. A lot of massive upsets. We still discussed about it last week. And if you're a betting guy like me, you've lost money. Me, I don't stay. Me and you.
Come on, it's like this
Come
week
on,
you
you've
really
lost a
lost.
lot, man.
It's like you really lost. Because I mentioned it like 5 times.
Bro, guy. I said,
Don't worry, TSL can crowdfund.
even that code with my guy, we give bets drop.
Don't boast.
Cut one. Cut one, I won't die.
But
But
don't they go the naming? We're not going for the name.
Anyway, so I'm moving over to tennis and stuff. So we're going to talk about the US Open and what's going on currently. There's been a lot of upsets both on the male and the female side, and it appears that there's an American finalist on both sides.
Yep.
Right. So this is where Ife Dotun is going to excel like mad, and I'm looking forward to hearing your insights. So in the female section, we have Aryna Sabalenka, and she's going to be facing Jessica Pegula. Right. So Ife Dotun, what do you think? I know that Pegula has had a very fascinating story. I think she's one of the oldest to make it to the finals. She turned 30, and her opponent that she's playing is about, let's say, 26. Yeah, I think Sabalenka is about 26, and so.
Yeah, thereabouts. Yeah.
And I think this has been one of the best performances for Pegula so far. So I want you to shed some insight on that.
It's been very interesting because Pegula is actually from a sporting family, so it's something that all those. You take someone, so your parents go out and you're stuck in car park or something, and you just start playing whatever sport is available and all of that. And that's how she started her tennis story. So for her to see her get to the final of a Grand Slam in her home country is nothing short of amazing. Unfortunately for her, she's up against Sabalenka, who's one of the best players on tour. My friends and I have an inside joke about Sabalenka that nobody can beat her. She can beat herself because she's the god of unforced errors. Yeah. And once she's playing bad, she's playing terribly and all of that. But looking at the US Open final, I think it's going to go in only one direction. Sabalenka played an American in the semis, and the crowd was obviously against her. And I think she played, I can't remember what she played in quarterfinals, but she was engaging a bit of banter with the crowd, asking them that, what can I do to get you guys on my side? Drinks on the house.
Drinks on the house. And she eventually won.
And she eventually won. So I think it will go in one direction. I think Sabalenka is going to win this easily too. I like for it to be a 3-setter, so we can have, because whenever the crowd gets involved, it's a lot more interesting. Then you have to show a bit of mental fortitude. Yeah, like, oh, okay, I'm dropping points. The crowd is against me. How do I come back? How do I do this? That's the best way to watch tennis anyway. If it just 6-1, 6-2, then you've seen what you wanted to see. It's boring either ways. But if there's a way the match can be extended, I hope Pegula brings her A game so we can watch the very best of WTA tennis.
All right, that's fantastic.
Just to echo if Ederson's thoughts, Jessica needs to start well. In the semi-final game, she lost the first set, hopefully.
Yeah, I think
the
it
crowd,
was 6-1, yeah.
The crowd helped to push her back into the game.
I think she lost the first 2 sets.
I don't think Aryna cares about the crowd again.
No,
after she lost last to Coco Gauff, she said, nah. she said she knows, so she's aware of it.
She's won 15 of her last 16 on hard courts.
On hard court, yeah, I was about to say that actually. And she's also beaten.
I know she's number 2 currently. I think she should be number 1.
Oh no, that's argument for another day. It's mostly
because her relentlessness is top notch. If she should, that's why I said Pegula.
Do you remember the conversation we had last week about Alcaraz, about the clay court and the surface holding the ball back to make certain players look better than they are? Not like they're bad players anyway. I think that same argument relates to Swiatek. Yeah, and that's probably why because she has good points to defend the French Open. She's always going to win the French Open. I don't think anybody's ever going to beat her on that surface. She's going to end up being female Nadal, something in that line. So, and obviously the Olympics were on clay court, but she didn't win that. I think she got to the semis also. So it's very, very interesting to watch, where you know that WTA tennis is very unpredictable. People just need to bring their A game and they can beat anybody and everybody.
Anybody can collect.
So Sabalenka is probably the one that stood out in the last 2 to 3 years with consistency. With consistency.
All right, I like the fact that you mentioned Federer, because now we're going to move over to Yannick Sinner, who people have described to be the next generation to usurp the likes of Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, and Djokovic.
Sorry to cut you off, but do you know he's the only sinner that God is going to forgive? I just thought to.
Why do you think God will forgive me?
Bamji, please go to church tomorrow. I don't think that's how. I really don't. But yeah, I agree with you when you say that he's really good at what he does. He played the semi-finals early this morning against Jack Dapper, and that was a very intense game. It was a 3-hour-long match, and even ended in Jack Dapper vomiting 4 times. Yeah.
But he asked for coke, man. He needed energy. He asked for a can of Coke.
Actually stayed up to watch the game because it was immediately I got back from work that they started the game. I thought the first sense was very, very, very intense. Right, Drip has a very good server, and hardcourt is you blink, you miss.
Yeah.
Right. So Sinner just picked the right moment. It broke him at 5-5. So it was the right moment for him to win the first set. Second set tie break. It was an excellent tie break from Sinner. The players that play tie breaks the way Sinner played that second set tie break are players like Novak Djokovic, players like Rafa Nadal, where they know there's no need for flair, there's no need for decorations, is straight to the point and straight and simple, and it was excellent. But by the time I got to the third set, Drip had lost confidence. I think it was more even the match point, you could see that he had given up, right? Because it's. I remember when I saw Sinner for the first time, he looked very skinny, lanky, and I was like, this guy can't be up to the task and all of that. Then we've watched him grow in real time. I used to wonder, what's it about today? On Sasa's birthday, we were born on the same day. Very, very interesting fact. So like, it's only great men that born on that day. Yeah, it's only great men that born on that day.
As it stands, there's only one great man.
Great men.
But yeah, that's a fantastic point. He's going to be playing against Taylor Fritz, and like
another super story.
Yeah, another super story, and he has the home court advantage because he's American and he's going to be finals for Americans. And I like the fact that Yannick Sinner has bounced back because I know that earlier he had this issue with banned substances.
Yeah.
But his story is a prime example of God protect you from people that will unintentionally mess you up. In the sense
what did I say at the start?
Chukudi.
In the sense that he was tested for a banned substance that had a form of steroids in it, and it was tested twice, and the results were 0.000001%. That's how much of the substance he found in the system. And now raised the question, how did he get in? So apparently what had happened was his physiotherapist massaged him while he was playing, and that had recently used the steroid cream that was purchased by the head. What do you call him? The head. I don't call him the head physio that was purchased, but apparently he had the signs. So how he got the stuff in his system was the physiotherapist had a cut on his hand, and they used that to treat it because it's for cuts and lesions. And with that cut, he massaged Sinner. He massaged him with his bare hands, and boom, traces of steroids in the system. So you have to be really careful. Right now, he has fired both of them, and we're glad that he has won the case. We will never really know what exactly happened. But the story,
see all those cuts, all those things.
Do you know where? Do you know where I got source? The lawyer he hired has done about 70 cases of doping. So he wasn't taking any chances.
The truth is, Sinner is a lucky boy. If this happens on 9 times out of 10, the player is getting banned.
9 times. That's actually
it's
short
not
and simple.
luck. I said it. It's the only Sinner.
No,
I think I've had enough of Bamji.
I'll say it's his birthday. Great man. Good luck.
No, I've had enough of you two. Timmy, don't say something.
No, I'm good. Okay. I'll save
Because I'm
it.
castigating. Yeah, I think that's it. That's it for the show. Thank you very much for staying with us. It's been an interesting and hilarious hour. We do this every Saturday at 10:30. Please sure to tune in. And yeah, have a wonderful week. This is the Sports Lounge. Remember, we embody the lifestyle, spirit, and banter of sports fans all over. Thank you very much. See you next week.
The cut entered the system. He cut his hand. Yeah. And he's rubbing. Yeah.
Sabalenka and
You good?